I'm not behind those petitions. I'm preparing mine. I'll file mine later by Wednesday. Very normal.
Government has received 3 petitions seeking to remove Mr. Kisi Jabing as special prosecutor. There are also 7 petitions for the removal of Jane Mensah as chairperson of the Electoral Commission, together with her 2 deputies. And these petitions have been forwarded to Chief Justice Paul Bafoboni. And thankfully, we have lawyer Martin Kpebu on the line with us. We're grateful for your time, sir. I know you're very busy this morning, but thanks all the same for joining us. And really, I'm curious, are you behind the petition for the removal of the SP?
I'm not behind those petitions.
Okay.
But what I'm doing is that I'm preparing mine. I'll file mine later by Wednesday. Yeah, so there's going to be another petition. Yeah, because I have some grounds. I believe my grounds will be different. If they happen to be the same, well, the cases may be consolidated. But we need to get Kisi Jabing out of the office. He's done too many bad things.
So your petition is specifically for the special prosecutor?
Absolutely, yes. Kisi Jabing is the one I want to have removed. Yeah.
All right, but is this normal that within 3 months of the removal of the Chief Justice, we have petitions seeking the removal of the Electoral Commissioner and her 2 deputies, and of course the SP as well? Is this really normal?
No, very, 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 very normal. Very normal. It just tells you that citizens have become very vigilant, right? And are engaged. So once citizens find that these duty bearers have breached the law, then citizens have a right to present the petitions. So it doesn't matter that you just had the removal of the Chief Justice. Indeed, even at the time that the Chief Justice removal proceedings were ongoing, we knew that there were petitions for the removal of Jane Mensah. Yeah. So it's always been there. Even Joy FM, you did some stories on those petitions where the petitioners complained that President Mahama hadn't forwarded the petitions, etc. So you did a story complaining that those petitions should have been forwarded. So it tells you that it's not as if the petitions were filed after the Chief Justice had been removed. No, some of them were filed whilst her process was ongoing. I would even be surprised if some were filed before her process started.
Well, we know of the Chief Justice, the processes, the procedures, which is aligned with Article 146. Is this the same for the removal of the Electoral Commissioner and her deputies, as well as the SP?
Yes, largely the same. So I say largely because, so let's say this, for the Electoral Commissioner and her deputies, yes, they are far more similar to the Chief Justice, so we'll take time and break it down. I'm just giving the summary. But for Kisi Jabing's own, the difference is that the law has expanded the grounds for the removal. That's one. And then number 2, there are strict timelines. So maybe let's deal with Kisi Jabing's own, since that has a timeline. So under Section 15 of the Act 959, that's the Office of Special Prosecutor Act, when the petition is received, the president must forward it to the Chief Justice within 7 days. Yes, 7 days. So conveyor belt, the president has no discretion, just forward it to the Chief Justice within 7 days. And then when the Chief Justice receives it, the Chief Justice has 30 days to make a prima facie determination. You remember the one Ekufuado did when Kpebu sought to remove Chief Justice Kofolo, and then Ekufuado came out with a long written ruling which dismissed the petition. So now Chief Justice Bafoboni will be working on the same within 30 days. So if at the end of it, if Chief Justice Bafoboni's determination is that yes, there's a prima facie, in simple words, yes, there's a case for Kisi Jabing to answer, then within 14 days, they have to set up the committee like the Justice Puaman committees, the 5-member committees. At this time, when it is set up, it will have more judges on it. That's one other difference. To have more judges on it. And then they have 90 days, 3 months, 90 days to finish. So you see that this one is different because it has timelines all throughout the value chain. Yes, so that's it for Kisié Jabin.
Right.
So once the committee is set up, within 3 months, they must finish.
Okay.
Now, when it goes... Okay, let's go to the EC. The EC and her deputies. The EC commissioner has the same terms and conditions as a court of appeal judge. So her removal is governed by Article 146. The same for her deputies, who have the same terms and conditions as a high court judge. So the EC commissioner is senior to her deputy.
Briefly, Martins, for sake of time, what will be a very strong evidence that can survive the petition or the procedure that will be taken through, I mean, for the electoral commissioner, her deputies, as well as the...
Yes, so there's one common ground. It's incompetence. So if you can show that the office bearer did not perform his work well, like in the case of the SP, he said he saw Oforiatta absconding, and he didn't know how to even summon Ghanaians to stop Oforiatta. That speaks to incompetence. That speaks to causing the office to be ridiculed, the office to be held in contempt, to be held in disrepute. Because as a policeman, you see your suspect running. You couldn't shout to the general public to come and help you arrest Oforiatta. And besides, the special prosecutor lied that he went to NIB for help and NIB didn't help. I wrote to the NIB. I have a letter where the NIB said he never came there. And I spoke with the previous head of NIB. He said Kisié Jabin never came there. So if you put such evidence on paper and the people come and testify, it's sufficient to remove him for stated misbehavior and incompetence. When it comes to the EC and her deputies, for them, the grounds are narrower. One, incompetence, okay? Yes, so it says that there must be incompetence. Then number 2, stated misbehavior. Then number 3, ill health, infirmity of mind and body. So the EC one, they have to show the incompetent work that was done or any other stated misbehavior. I understand there are issues of procurement breaches, etc. I don't know if those made them into the petition.
Well,
under the law, we are not to discuss the contents of the petition, so I'll hold my fire.
All right.